Hello everybody, another episode of Minecraft for everybody today. The water slide is completed. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my world-high water slide. Goes all the way from the top of the map in the distance to the bottom of the map down below. Let's go ahead and show it off there. Just a little bit of, I don't know, just a bit of an explanation of how this got done. Early on in Minecraft, it was determined that, let's back off from the water, that when you place down a piece of water, and I will go ahead and demonstrate this now, when you place down a water, it will go for precisely 7 squares. Let me go ahead and just put in a little bit of a barrier here to demonstrate. Alright, so water, when you place it down, will proceed for 7 squares before it will go down. At the 7th square, and we are just kind of counting this here. Let me set the time correctly. As we count this, from the base water block, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, at the 8th square, which, you know, that makes it 7 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 from the source, the water will go down 1 level. And it will self-perpetuate in that fashion. Let me just go ahead and knock out a few bits here to kind of illustrate my point. See? 7 squares ahead. We trace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 8th square is where it stops. So basically segments of 7. Just kind of counting that here, you can see this is how I managed to do it. Now, I also made the water 2 blocks deep, and that was managed by actually putting a layer of glass atop every single block on the way up. It's just as I was going up and building my sections, I went ahead and added 7 squares. Sorry, not 7 squares. I went ahead and added glass blocks to every single layer. Up at the top, well, we'll take a trip up there. So let me just go ahead and stop this flow right here. Just cut that off so that it stops. And we're going to go ahead and take the minecart to the top. Now, warning ladies and gentlemen, this is a long-ass ride, and I intend to display every minute of it. So, let's begin. To the top, it says, along we go. Got powered rails going on here to keep the cart moving, and I have regular rails at the corners because the powered rails do not turn corners. And the powered rails will keep you going up and up and up. Now I'm just going to exit the minecart. Don't worry, I can catch up with it. Pretty much at the base of nearly every little upgrade here, every little grade upwards, I did put a redstone torch. And yeah, that minecart has gotten away from us. So I'm going to get a running start and then fly in its direction. With the running start flying, even with the basic flying, you can way outpace this. And see, I'm back in. So we're just gonna sit back and get our way all the way to the top. Just to kind of explain how things work, this is a creative world, and it is also set to super flat. Now, rather than just the standard super flat set with like 1 layer of dirt, 1 layer of bedrock, I went ahead and put about 50 layers of dirt. That was my seed for the starting world because I wanted to have a bit of an underground thing. So, with the map being 256 high and the base bedrock being 1 thick, I have pretty much 49 layers of dirt, and I also have pretty much the rest of it is all sky, and I built my way up using that template. Now, the way I used to do it is I used to try and actually have just sort of a solid wall all the way down on either side of the water slide, but then I realized to myself that was making each particular segment that I built up be slightly more work for myself, so I decided to just trashed the idea of making a wall that followed it up both sides, and I'm just letting it hang this way. Minecraft physics works that way, folks. Clouds are way below, and we're still not quite to the top. I do plan to put in some ornamentation on the sides, just things to look at as you're going by. Some nice world-high structures that I intend to do. But for now, I'm just going to show off this water slide. And to my knowledge, please correct me if I'm wrong, this is pretty much got to be the longest water slide in all of Minecraft. The limitations of the map and the limitations of water physics won't allow it to go any further. Granted, I could have done sort of a corkscrew thing down, but I wanted it to be a nice, long, straight shot. So, unless anybody can find a way to make the a waterfall of this nature, where I'm following the 7-block rule that I only have to plant down a certain amount of water blocks in order to keep a constantly flowing slide, then please, by all means, let me know. We are very near the top now. Minecart takes me all the way in here and to the end of the track. This is as high up as I could build, folks. If I try to place one more block, sorry, height limit is 256. So we'll go ahead and send the minecart back. We will more than certainly beat it to the bottom. And at the top, this being 8 squares wide, you could really make it any amount of squares wide that you like. Only the important thing is that each segment be no longer than 7 blocks. Now, this entire structure was completely and totally 100% built by hand. I did not use any editors to create this. I did not do any cheap tricks. It was strictly going from the base of the slide down. As you can see, because of the 1-block water rule, that does mean that there are drips coming out from underneath. But where here I would have had a solid wall all the way down, I've let it go ahead and be that way, and I'm okay with the water dripping down. It kind of makes a nice effect. Like, let's say I dropped all the way to the ground. As we stand here, the water drips on us from above. So let's just go ahead and get back up to the top of the slide there. It is a long way up, way past the clouds. I did have a water slide of similar structure at one point. It was nowhere near as high, but then I did begin building it before they raised the map height limit by 100. But, as you can see, this has reached the top. Now, unfortunately, I've had crashes occur where I've completely lost all of my Minecraft data, my Minecraft saves, but now I actually do have Minecraft saving to the cloud. I have it synced up with a Dropbox folder, so there will never be danger again of me losing my hard work saves. So now, we turn to the actual portion wherein we go down the slide like. As you can see, I put out just small, I guess I'll call them piers, mainly because the new boats, as you can see, the boats are, different than they originally were. They have oars on them now, and that's something that can make things a little bit different. When I originally came up with the Minecraft water slide concept, it was just the original boats where, you didn't have any oars, you didn't have any control. I put these piers in because it can be a very difficult thing to actually keep these boats straight in the water if you don't have them starting off at a good pitch. So I'm just going to get into the boat, back it up just a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and switch to third-person mode. Now, there's 2 ways that you can handle this slide. First, I'm just going to row forward a little bit so that the current can catch me. You can either take it nice and slow, going at the pace that the water takes you. Very relaxing, very calm. Or you can speed it up and hit the oars. Now, I had to do it 2 water blocks thick, okay? I had to actually have the water be up to 2 thicknesses in height, because otherwise, if I was paddling, it would cause me to start clipping in. Plus, it just caused problems even from the original boats. So, it's a good idea to have your water 2 deep if you're going to be doing this sort of a thing. Now, unfortunately, I did not get a nice straight shot when I started, so I'm just going to have to correct my course as I go. I'm going to go for the water speed thing here. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to control these new boats. I don't know how much I like the fact that the boats had been changed. It's nice to have an extra speed boost, but I kind of like the medium pace that the original boat set because it lets you just kind of take a ride down the slide at a fairly leisurely pace. It wasn't quite as fast as this, but it was definitely not as slow as this. So I guess if you want to have a difference in experience, you can do so. And as you can see, I'm kind of clipping down into the water just a little bit. So let's just go ahead and gun it. We're coming very close to the cloud level here, folks. And I realize, why is it that I built a world-high water slide? Well, mainly because I could. I could have stopped a lot sooner, and granted, this would probably have been a slightly more boring escapade there. But the neat thing is now a complete journey, and I did kind of test this a little bit, a complete journey from the bottom of the water slide on the minecart to the top, and then going back down all the way to bedrock takes about a full day cycle. So you can start at literally time set 0, as I more or less did, and by the time you're done and come back up on the other side, it will be nighttime. So yes, a water slide ride that takes you all day to complete. Imagine that in real life. Just gonna sit back and peacefully enjoy the music and the rowing. Minecraft does have nice music. Now, as you can see, the minecart is just about at the base of the stairs there, and that's only because I took extra time dicking around. If we listen, there it goes. It has actually returned to its original spot. Slight course correction here. Slight course correction, just to keep myself on the straight and narrow. The depth of the underground portion is about 49 deep. And I went a little bit of extra space at the end, just so that way you can have a nice landing platform. So reaching the very bottom here. All the way down now. I'll just coast into a nice cozy landing here. And I just let the water deposit me at the bottom. And turn back to first person mode. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is the very bottom of the map. That is empty black space down there, so let me go ahead and just cover that up. Let me put the, oh, dang it, get in there. Bed, rock. There we go. Oh, come on. I gotta get used to the dang map. Okay. BED. Click and click. There we go. Just want to make sure that there's no accidental falling through the world that's about to occur. So, at the bottom here, I have constructed a sort of a chute straight up and another minecart ride back to the surface, more or less to the starting point itself. So let's hop right in and get on that. Oh, I suppose I should show. At every so often, what I did here was I made sure, let me see if I can find where I put it. Somewhere in the back here, behind the scenes, yes, I got a redstone torch just kind of sitting there, powering the rails up above. And if you just cover it up properly with the sandstone, or really whatever rock you prefer, I just like the look of sandstone, then you can have a nice nondescript path up. You do see a redstone torch at the top, but you know that's nothing. Don't worry about that. So let's get in, hit the switch, and we will head on up. Let's put back on. Whoa, whoa. That's where the camera gets a little weird. So now I am, let me center myself in the cart more or less. Now I'm on my ride back home. I'll also put sights and whatnot to see on the backgrounds there. Now I will make one small concession, one small confession as well, if you will, is that I did use MC Edit for one purpose and one purpose alone. And that was when I completed building all of the slide all the way to the top with the water blocks, and with the glass blocks, I did not want to have to go back up all the way up the slide and break every single block of glass. So I did use MC Edit only to delete all the glass blocks. That was the only thing I did. I felt that it was a time saver. I felt that an act of tearing down was not going to be as big a tragedy or travesty of the spirit of things as an act of building up has been. So, you know, you guys let me know, but I think it's fair that we used Minecraft Edit, MC Edit, to just get rid of the glass blocks all the way up the slide. Because this would have taken me a lot longer and it would have been a lot more tedious. As you can see, the redstone torches are on nearly every section on the way up. I'll just throw this one in for just the sake of actually seeing it there. Yep, torches all the way up. You actually, and I'll go ahead and do a quick little Rails tutorial for you here, just to kind of let you see how it works. Is that let's go ahead and plant. We're going to plant ourselves a redstone torch. You want to go 2 deep, okay? 2 blocks deep. That's what that is. And you'll place just 1 block over it. And the redstone torch will power the block just above it. Then you lay down the powered rail. Now, the powered rail is activated. And I believe that the maximum distance you can go in any direction is about 9. So counting this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9. The 10th block is dead. And same deal if you go the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's pretty much it. So this much rail is powered by that much redstone torch. It's not exactly overkill. It doesn't add any power or anything to it. I could have just put the torches every other one and saved myself some trouble, but they're in a nice, innocuous point. They're not highly visible. They're very inconspicuous, especially if you're on your way up, so I don't consider it too bad of a thing. Go ahead and knock this out. And as you can see, when I hit the center one, that pretty much got rid of all of them. I also used these beacons to light the path all the way down, just because I think they grant a nice touch to things. And it just, I don't know, I feel like it has a nice, peaceful sort of aura to it. So, not to toot my own horn too much, but I just wanted to share with everybody the World High Water Slide, the world's longest single water slide in Minecraft. I dare anybody to challenge me on that. I await the results. I want to thank you all for watching. Once again, my name is Alex, also known as Solonster Cone, and this has been just a little bit more Minecraft. Thank you very much and goodbye.